So let's showcase the EZA for Ella, Prime Battle, Boo, and Babidi. And are they better than Deborah and Babidi? So here is their details. Their Majin Buu Saga leader for 4 key and 150% stat boost, which is a great leader skill. It's 1 key higher than the Deborah and Babidi, but, you know, sometimes you don't want that extra key if you run Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Key plus 5, attack defense 150%, with an additional attack defense 50% when performing a super. Launches an additional attack, there's a high chance of becoming a super, high chance of dodging, an additional 3 key attack defense 50%, and launches an additional super attack when the target enemy is in attack status down, defense status down, stunned, or sealed. Plus an additional 3 key and all enemies attack defense minus 20% for 4 turns after evading an attack. Recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack is received. For the 12 key, we got raise attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage to the enemy, high chance of sealing, and high chance of stunning. And then for the 18 key, we got greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, high chance of sealing, and high chance of stunning as well. So this is my hidden potential build right now. Going for the mostly dodges, 9 additional, and then the 6 critical. Always good to have some critical. I might change it up depending on how strong he is. If he's hitting like 15 million, close to Deborah and Babidi, I might consider adding some critical into, or more critical into it, rather than the dodges and just pray for RNG. But for now, dodges is the safest bet for a free-to-play unit. Running double 200% leader being the Majin Buu. And of course, we're running Deborah and Babidi for some amazing linking potentials, as well as the Ella Babidi. So let's jump into Supreme Battle. We're just doing the first stage here, nothing too incredible. I just wanted to verse a Goku, so it's more consistent. And this Goku, you can actually lower attack and defense, which is very important. I think the attack and defense down is super good, because you can put him in the first slot, minus the attack and defense, and then you straight away get the 3 key and attack defense 50%, which is crazy good. Now, we do have to deal with this rotation where we just have Master Magic and Chatting Limit. Start of turn defense is 200,000. I really wanted a first slot position for this Deborah and Babidi, but I don't think Boo and Babidi is going to be it. But let's get the 18 key here. They definitely will act better on the first slot. They get 50% on attack defense on super, and then 50% on the 18 key. So they're closing into the 500,000, and then you got to include the defense down, attack down mechanic. So we are going to dodge, thankfully. So instant lowering, 7.4 million. Now, we don't have the best links, but that is a lot lower than I expected. Especially that we have lowered the attack and defense. It's definitely a mechanical character where you can abuse like the stunning, the sealing, and then the lowering attack and defense. So those are the most important factors about it. And of course the heals is nice, whereas Deborah is like big boss kind of status fighter. That's what I'm thinking right now. Super Battle Road, for example, is great for this Boo and Babidi, because it's all enemies attack and defense minus 20%. A passive lowering attack and defense is much stronger than a super. And of course, the high chance of stealing and high chance of stunning from both 18 key and 12 key is insanely good for those events where you can do that, since you don't have to worry about, say if like a boss is sealing, can only be sealed, or a boss can only be stunned. You don't need to choose between the two, unlike Deborah and Babidi. So now that we do have like a really good linking situation here, where we got pretty much everything except Shattering the Limit, which is not a big deal. We'll see what the attack stats are looking like now. Just to recap on the defense, 225. A lot of the links that they do get is mostly attack. So we're going to probably see the attack really raise up. I'm hoping for over 10 million here. If not... Okay, just. Double 200% leader should get there. No supports technically other than Link, so... I mean, not the worst. Kind of wish it's definitely not on Deborah and Babidi level. Definitely not, but... yeah. They're a little bit more flexible as well. You got to remember that, I guess. Deborah and Babidi has to be ran on Majin Buu Saga. So, for categories outside of Majin Buu Saga, I mean, you got Terrifying Conquerors, Join Forces, Inhuman Deeds, Worldwide Chaos, Boo and Babidi will work a lot better. So definitely some major cons about him. I prefer... I guess we're doing the... I guess we can do this. Because I want the key. And then we get Shatting Limit. I don't think Babidi... You lose Fear and Faith, which is only 2 key. So you can definitely see the difference here. Which is actually kind of a big deal in this situation. But luckily we can manage to deal with it. But yeah, I'm more on that... If you got... Like, make the free-to-play unit good side where... But they truly restricted to one team. I'm so down for that. If you keep releasing free-to-play units like that, eventually we'll get to that point where, you know, the whole free-to-play team is looking really good. Like one specific. Majin Buu Saga's getting there. Definitely getting there. I think they're definitely like a top 3 team now. Let's see how this goes. 11 million. So that's with the support and all the links activated. Real nice. Real nice. Way better than the additional. Do we get the triple? Always love that. Love that. Kind of wish the additional was guaranteed at this point. Dabura and Babidi got it, so why not? And then these guys, yeah, 16 million. We're not even trying to showcase this. That's just stupid. Real dumb. And then they get the critical, because why not? So for the most part, we have been showcasing him, I think 100% of the time, with the enemy in attack down, defense down status. So now that we're at to the phase where we can't do that anymore, let's see what the attack stat is going to be looking like here. Now, I did just use the Mr. Boo ability here, but... And that was probably the worst idea I've ever had in my life. But all good, all good. They don't really do damage anyway. So we'll just see what the 12 key is looking like. I just wanted to survive this turn. This is just so funny. You're just destroying the city and then this thing is going on. 5 mil though. 5 mil for the 12 key and without the extra attack and defense. 50%. Not the worst thing ever. Alright, this time around we're going to get the 18 key here. For sure. We played this smart enough. And we have double support, which is kind of good. And we'll see how we deal with this turn. I did use a Whis here. Just a little bit scared of the Goku, that's all. Just a little bit. I don't think we needed to. 9 million. Yeah, so we're not breaking the 10 million with max support, but... The 50% really doesn't make that big of a difference, as you can see. Like, you're maybe losing, like, 2 million max? 2 million max? But maybe 1 million. Just because, yeah, maybe 2 million. Because the support here at the end is really providing us with the damage. Alright, let's see if we can handle this part right here. I'm going to just no-item it. And hopefully... everything works out just fine. We'll keep Dabura and Babidi on. 9 million. And if we do survive, we can compare how Dabura and Babidi work when you can't debuff as well. Do we dodge this? Yes, we do. 14,000 on a normal attack. Dabura, 12 million right there. So they're still breaking the 10 million mark. And they aren't even under the 200% leader as well. Which is crazy. Crazy difference. Crazy difference. And then they get the triple super attack. So they probably do tank this for double-digit damage. Yep. And they can still dodge too. Don't act like they can't dodge. I compared these two quite a lot because when they both released, or when both of them were alive before the EZAs, they were pretty much the same unit, essentially. So, knowing that one is now better than the other kind of is saddening, for sure. But what can you do? Compared to the other Prime Battle EZAs, I definitely think that Boo, though, is probably the strongest. And then... yeah, probably the strongest overall performance-wise. Which is not really a hard thing to do. As they take their time with each Prime Battle EZA now. So the longer it takes, like, the bigger the gap is, and probably the stronger the unit is. Alright, we'll test out what the... let's see how Boom Babidi deals with the final phase of Goku here, who can hit pretty decently hard. We can get those dodges in, that'll be great. 225,000 defense at the start of the turn. Nothing spectacular, sadly. You can't run this rotation on a hard event, because you'll just take 250k on a normal. At least we get the 10% heal back if we live. If we live. 1. And yeah, that's why I consider Max Dodge like a really good build to have for him. Because maybe if you do want to run this rotation, Boo is definitely the person you put first. Unless you have a full Majin Saga category. Then just the other way around, really. And we are going to dodge Super. I guess that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Then these guys get the guaranteed additional, and then we live, and then Boo has been building up for some time now. So, I mean, I doubt he takes anything. Rude. Alright, final test time. Let's do it. Can Boo survive these relentless attacks? We have given him a Whis. So his survivability is way better. But he needs to dodge because a super attack could end us all. 30,000. It's actually not bad. Not bad with the Whis. Definitely dealable. But if we survive next turn, we are gonna have to run him raw, and we'll see how that goes. But I think we're about to kill here. So, unfortunately, no more testing right there. And that is going to wrap up the Boo and Babidi Prime Battle EZA showcase. I hope you guys did enjoy. My honest thoughts about them, they are solid enough. I wouldn't say they are breaking any boundaries whatsoever. And they are definitely below the performance of Dabura and Babidi, but still, regardless, a very good free-to-play unit, which I think with a triple super attack, they're about 700,000 plus defense, and probably more, truth be told. Just rough estimates, just basing on what we just saw. With the 50% chance to dodge, it's pretty good. It's definitely going to avoid you some deaths, but again, nothing too spectacular. I think, though, their utility is really, really nice, though, so that's always good. There will always be a reason to use them at the very least, which is cool. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my members on screen for supporting the channel as always monthly. If you'd like to become a member, first link in the description or click on the join button. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace.